What drives a king and his people to expand their lands to the very edge of the unknown? Why are the people willing to sacrifice their lives and that of their families for a ruler they have never met? The legends of our ancestors is what drive us. The way people speak of our predecessors and what they managed to achieve. Everybody here has heard of the great Srivijaya Empire, a great power of the past that exerted its rule upon all of the islands and even dared to dictate high tolls to the Indian and Chinese trading ships that passed between them. Sadly, that same greed also led to their downfall. The animal that we hold in highest esteem in our culture is the kanchil, and foreigners laugh at us when they hear about it. Why would you ever think so highly of such a small and benign creature, they ask. But that is because they know nothing of its heart. Despite its unimpressive appearance, the kanchil has the ability to overcome any obstacle, defeat much larger adversaries through sheer cunning, and possesses a bravery like that of no other animal. Just like the kanchil, small and benign as we are now, we will raise a new empire from the ground up, the Majapahit Empire, larger and stronger than any before it. Our legends will ripple through the ages, and we will be remembered. And this is how our founder, Arya Viraraja, created the Majapahit Empire from the small village he was given, defeating his Javanese overlord and the mighty Mongol invaders by being cunning, just like the kanchil. I'm certain the gods have favored him and his family. This is why I, Gayamada, commander of the elite guard of the Majapahit kings, have sworn to serve them for the rest of my life. I've been suspecting it for a while now, but today it became reality. Powers within the Majapahit Empire threatened to bring down our beloved king. While I was on an errands run, a nobleman called Rakrian Kuti has taken up arms and is besieging the royal palace with the king still inside it. Things are looking grim, but luckily the king still has many supporters, including the Prime Minister, Aryatada. Together, we've decided to free the king before dealing with the rebellion. Hopefully, we'll be in time to save him. We managed to crush the unlawful rebellion of that treacherous usurper, and during the great festivities that followed, I've been promoted to a higher position. However, a part of me is starting to regret saving our king. Jayanagara believes he's untouchable now, and his behavior is becoming increasingly immoral. He desires the wives and daughters of his subordinates, making him very hated among the nobility. Some even call him a weak villain. Tribhuwana, his stepsister who I've known since she was young, has told me in confidence that the king is now also showing inappropriate behavior towards her. One way or another, the king's actions have to stop. This afternoon, the king died. His doctor murdered him during a minor operation. Once I heard of this news, I had the doctor immediately arrested and killed. The king's stepsister, Tribhuwana, is now the queen regent. One of her first actions as queen was to retire the former prime minister, Aryatada, after it became clear that he had failed to do his job, and I was made prime minister in his stead. Immediately, I swore an oath in front of everyone in the throne room. I would prove that I would be the greatest prime minister of all of Majapahit's history, and I would not eat any spices or fruits until I had conquered the entire non-Indonesian archipelago. Even my closest friends were at first doubtful of my promises, but I showed them. One by one, our mighty army and majestic fleets conquered the surrounding territories. From the paradise island of Bali to the old ruins of the Srivijaya Empire, all are now under control of the Majapahit Empire, just like I said it would. Time is relentless as I am growing older and older. The queen abdicated now that her son Hayam Wuruk has come of age. Nevertheless, this does not affect my objectives. Retaining my position as Prime Minister, I'll continue my military campaigns. My work still isn't done, as my oath is yet to be fully fulfilled. Majapahit's navy will go east, towards the rich tropical islands. There are as many as the stars in the sky, but they too will recognize my authority, and that of the king, of course. Never before has an empire controlled so much of the Indonesian archipelago. The Majapahit Empire is truly blessed. Even the Chinese and Indians have recognized its power. All that remains for me to fulfill my oath is to take the one remaining kingdom on the island of Java, the kingdom of Sunda. They can no longer be allowed to exist on the very same island as us. Even though my king maintains good relationships with them, I'll find a way for them to submit to my will. I came up with a plan for the Sunda issue. I've arranged a marriage between my king and one of their princesses. They think the wedding documents secured an alliance with us, but in fact, it states they will submit to Majapahit rule. My king has ordered me to go to Bubat Square in our capital to welcome the princess as she arrives with her family and escort them to our palace in safety. Even he doesn't know of the plot. I don't know how they'll react when they find out the truth, but I won't give them the chance to do anything about it. As we speak, my army encroaches on Bubat Square. Faced with the harsh reality of the situation, the Sunda will have no choice but to continue the ceremony. Things turned bad really quickly. My army surrounded the Sunda royal family at Bubat Square, and I ordered them to put down their weapons. I was sure they would comply. I certainly didn't expect them to draw their weapons and attack my army when they were so vastly outnumbered. But feeling humiliated by the treaty, that's what they did. Outnumbered and surrounded from all sides, they bravely fought till the very end. My own king and his family, the family I had spent my entire life serving, were disgusted by my actions. When the king summoned me, I could see the disappointment and loathing in his eyes. In tears, he told me that his bride-to-be had committed suicide after the events that took place, and that I had ruined the reputation of our empire. Many in the Majapahit Empire wanted me dead, but because of my long years of service, the king did not desire my demise. Instead, he told me to withdraw from the royal court and to retreat to a small mansion in the countryside. Death would have been a less harsh punishment than having to live with this shame. And so, here I am, a lonely old man, once ambitious and young, now trapped in this secluded place. I realize I was not smart like the Kanchil, but rather was greedy and blind like the animals it misleads. The assassination of the first king, removing the former prime minister, all the schemes I had in place. I let nothing come in the way of my ambitions. And now I have to pay the price.